The Bronco. During rear entry, quote-unquote doggy style, sexual intercourse between two people, a male and a female. The male grabs the female's titties and whispers into her ear a disgusting phrase. For example, "I have AIDS," or "You're not quite as good as your mom." And the female will then most likely wildly try to end intercourse, and the male tries to hold on to her for as long as possible. This is called the Bronco, or the bucking bronco. What's going on, guys? My name is Kills. That was a great word. Probably the best word of the commentary so far. I thought it was pretty hilarious. Anyways, guys, just got off school. Thought I'd do a little commentary for you. So, when I was a little kid, like, I don't know, like 5 and lower, like, I guess before I was in school, I was bad. I've done some pretty bad things within those, like, 4 or 5 years. And I got one here that's actually pretty ridiculous and could have been extremely costly. Anyways, so I was born in this town in northern BC called Prince George, and then we moved down to where I live now, Vancouver Island, when I was, I think, about 2.5, 3. Anyways, my dad has always been sort of the type of guy who does like everything himself. He never gets anyone to come fix anything or do anything for him unless it's something that involves like a certain type of machine that obviously he can't do on his own. So for example, he's done everything from like drywalling or making and drywalling like a whole room to like in our old house he like smashed down this one part of the wall and put a door, like a back door in the house, like just pretty much directly going right outside. He's built a deck, pretty much everything, you get the point. Anyways, we had our house in Prince George. I don't know, I don't remember the house at all. I was 1 or maybe 1.5, 2, I don't know, somewhere in that little time frame there. And we had our stairs, and it was like they just went like straight down, and then they were like sort of like in the middle of the house, I think. Sort of how my dad explained to me anyways, but there was the stairs right in the middle of the house. And it had these like wall on the one side, and it pretty much separated the kitchen from the living room. So I think my dad wanted to like knock down that whole wall. So he cut like this little hole, I don't know, just somewhere through like the stairwell wall thing that was there. So we could sort of see if there's any like any wires or any main reason why he couldn't knock the wall down. So while we were living in Prince George, my dad was a manager / chef in this pub, which was like attached onto this one hotel. So being the manager, and this was probably what, back in 94, 95, they had keys. They didn't have like the swipe cards to get into rooms, right? So he had keys to every single room in the whole entire hotel. Like, it wasn't this like huge hotel, but I don't know, it was decent size, obviously, right? So you could just imagine the size of this keychain he had. It was pretty big, had a lot of keys on it. Anyways, I'm sort of getting off topic with keys. Back to the story. So, all I know is, when I was a little kid, I saw this hole, and I saw some shiny things, and I decided I would want to see what would happen if I strategically entered the array of the lustrous keys into the shadowy burrow. Damn, I just turned into like a human thesaurus right there. Anyways, so, you guys can sort of figure out what happened next. I grabbed the keys, put them into the hole, dropped them, and how can I put this? The keys went bye-bye. Well, now being like 1 or 2, I really didn't care or didn't know what I just did. I don't know, had some fun, took some shiny things, and dropped them down a hole. That's all. So now let's fast forward. I think it was a day or 2 later. I don't know. My dad probably was off or something like that for that day, so he didn't know that his keys were gone. Because, I don't know, you don't really need your work keys when you're not working. So, you think, now that day comes, and he was the night manager, so throughout the whole day, didn't need his keys, gets ready to go to work. Now he's scrambling. He can't find his keys anywhere. What does he do? Just sort of looks around. I think he probably looked for like 10-15 minutes, and he couldn't really do anything. He had to go to work. Went to work, and he was talking to the other manager. I think he was the owner. So he just was talking to him and ended up just taking his keys for the night because I sort of needed them, and my dad didn't have his set, so sort of had to stick with that. So they just sort of assumed that the keys would just show up the next day or something, right? Like, my dad just assumed he went and misplaced them somewhere. Well, that didn't happen because obviously keys cannot fly. unless there's some sort of magical set that were like a mix of like Pegasus and a sly fox that can hide. So, I don't know, like 2 days of them missing, my dad and the owner decided that if they didn't show up within the next day, that they would have to go and replace all of the locks in the whole entire hotel and pub. And just think of the price that would be. To change that many locks, like, I don't know how many rooms there was in this hotel, but it's a hotel, so, I don't know, 50 plus at least. Plus, they would have to go and get all the keys cut, so, I don't know, that, and probably pay for labor, too, for all the stuff to be changed, so, I don't know, include all that, it would be a hefty amount. So the day came, my dad had no luck finding his keys. He decided that, I don't know, he just asked me to see if maybe I took them, I hit them, I saw them, I don't know, sort of last hope. So he goes over and asks me, well, sure enough, I know exactly where they were. I ran over to the wall, pointed at the hole. My dad was sort of confused why I was pointing there, and then he thought, whoa, maybe he took the keys and dropped them down there. And think about this, he didn't drill like at like the baseboard of the stairs, right? Like he drilled quite a bit up, so I had to like reach pretty high, so I'm assuming that's why he never thought to look there first, because I don't even think he thought I could reach that high. So he goes and grabs his flashlight. Sure enough, there was a missing set of the Pegasus Fox keys. So I think he grabbed a clothes hanger, coat hanger, whatever they're called, the metal things. Okay, anyways, and then he like untwisted it so he could sort of fish him out. So luckily, he ended up finding my hiding spot that I place stuff apparently, and they didn't end up having to replace every single lock and all the keys. So I don't know. It's sort of a funny story. My dad tells that to pretty much everyone. I've probably heard the story about 20 or 30 times. I obviously don't remember it because I was pretty young at that time. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Also remember to leave a comment for what the next word of the commentary should be. If you want to, you can subscribe, whatever you want. Also, thanks to all the new subscribers coming over from I'm the Attacks channel. He just got partnered, and his video went up on Machinima, so a lot of people, I think he got like 2K subs in 12 hours or something like that. And then a bunch of you guys came over to my channel from him. So, thanks a lot for that, guys. And I'm out. You can watch the last little bit. Bye.
Next time.
Study.
Kill confirmed.
Always fun.